coming online for some time now because I've been quite engrossed in a project that's taking up my time and I'll be on it for some months, okay? But I had to jump out, because yesterday I saw this post on Amarachi Wala's platform. If you don't know Amarachi Wala, she's a single mom who shares her story and tries to use her story to inspire more women to learn from some of the mistakes she made when she was married. Okay, and she's been doing very well for herself since she left domestic violence marriage. She has a daughter and she's done so well for herself. So this story, I found it on her wall. This lady, she dated this guy for 2 years. And while they were courting, the man, told her some things about his family. And one of the things that he told her was that the dad likes to eat his eba, pounded, and this lady, and that's why I keep saying that our women, we just need to use more of our heads in this our love relationships instead of our hearts. So a guy you're dating is telling you this thing about the dad, in a casual conversation, and you didn't think that you needed to find out from him why that conversation, how it applies to you. Apparently, this lady did not understand that she was being married, to take over the job of her mom, of the boy's mom, sorry. The boy's mom has been pounding this eba for the dad. Apparently, now she's tired of it. She's old now, and they need to find someone else. They need to hire a nanny, but instead of hiring a nanny that they want to pay, they decided to, give her the status of a wife. And this lady fell for it. Because the reason, from after reading this story, what I could find here is that this guy just married a lady for the parents. Someone who is going to attend to the parents. And this is something that a nurse can be paid for. This is something that you can get a nanny to do, but they decided to get it very cheap through marriage because they just need to settle your dowry once and you just become nanny for life. That was what they did to this lady. So this lady came into this family, and after her honeymoon of few days, by the fourth day she resumed her nanny job. The guy drove her to the house, the parents house, and she started her ever pounding business there. She did it that day, and she did it the next day. The guy drove her there the next day. If you go on my wall, you find the full story. She did it the next day, being Saturday. Sunday again, she went there pounding this Gary, and they just drive her down there just to pound this Eba and do the house chores. And by Monday, the guy got back to work. And I'm asking, yeah, while she was at home, and I'm asking, how did a lady think of getting married without a job? So you mean that you married a man and you didn't have anything doing? You didn't have a job, you didn't have a business. These are the things that we do as ladies that get us into trouble. This guy just went and picked a desperate lady out there, carry me, they go my husband's house. Those type that were singing that thing in that village. He just went and picked any of such people and brought home. Apparently, this girl has no job. Okay, this guy is the one working. So, in fact, they will not even let her work because the work that they have assigned to her is this nanny job. She has to deliver on this job of pounding this eba every afternoon and every other thing that they want her to do, because this girl already started this job after 4 days of her marriage and continued. And the story is saying that now this girl is complaining because she's pregnant, and the guy is insisting that she must continue to pound this eba. God, I don't know who did this thing to our ladies. I don't know how we got ourselves here. How we got ourselves so reduced in value that this is what we find we get in these things we call marriages. So this lady, now you're pregnant. That is error two. Error one, you're married without a job. you're at home pounding eba. That's why they got you. Then the second thing, you don't have a job, you don't have your own means, you don't have your income. You got pregnant. You allowed yourself to be pregnant. These are the mistakes that we're making, and are the reasons why we end up abused by these men. Yes, are there married people with jobs that are being abused? Yes, there are. But I tell you, the percentage of the one in this category is higher than the percentage for such people. Because if you have your resources, there's a limit to what a man can do to you. If the guy decides to abuse you when you have your own earnings, you can afford to rent another apartment, carry yourself there. Now, this girl is stuck. You don't have work. You're pregnant. You're married for a nanny job. And the guy is now threatening her that if she does not do that nanny job they've assigned to her, that she should be ready to end the marriage. After how many days? After how many days? I don't even know. She said her stomach is getting bigger, and yet her husband insists that she'll keep going, otherwise he will end the marriage. So it's the man that is ending the marriage because he started the marriage. He had his goal for you. His goal for you, this guy wasn't looking for a partner, he wasn't looking for a wife, he was looking for a nanny, and you fell for it. Then they've hired you to become this nanny. They've hired you to become this nanny, and now you're complaining. You have to do the job, okay? Or else this marriage will end. And of course, you know what will become of her. She's pregnant, she doesn't have her money. And what she's going to do with the pregnancy if this guy decides to end the marriage? These are the few things that I want to chip in for our ladies today. As you make your marital decisions, look at how we end up in ditches. This is the way we end up in ditches. We put ourselves, in harm's way by this type of decisions. You don't marry a man without your own income, without your job, or you're on the way to getting one. Then you decide to marry him. You don't allow yourself to get pregnant if you cannot take care of that baby, because anything can happen. The guy can say he's not the owner of the child. The guy can start calling you a prostitute if he's fed up with you for some reason, and that will end the relationship. I know the person it happened to. The relationship did not end, but the guy kept on insulting her, calling her a prostitute because she was pregnant, and this baby was his. So, my ladies, I think we just need to wisen up. We are just too naive, for this business called marriage. If you're thinking about getting married, you need to go and acquire sixth sense. Read stories of people, teach yourself from these stories, and, better still, learn from these stories, this analysis that we're giving on these platforms, so that you can save yourself, future heartache. So that's what I wanted to share with us today. Share this video. If you know anyone that this video will help, please share it with them. Ladies, before you marry, get yourself a job. Before you have a baby, before you get pregnant, as you're sleeping with your husband, tell him to wear condoms. Before you allow baby to be fertilized, ensure you have your resources that can sustain you. Yeah, so this is where I'll end today. So have a lovely day, you guys. Enjoy the rest of today. Bye bye.